Welcome to my manga haul for the month of July. In hindsight, almost felt like a Christmas in July with the Right Stuff birthday sale through the whole month. So in this episode, I'll be sharing with you some series I got from the birthday sale, some current series I own where I was missing volumes, as well as some out of print and a box set. Welcome to the GTP. My name is Scott and my goal is to help you find great experiences for yourself and your family. So let's go ahead and get started. So let's go ahead and check out the Viz Media volumes I got for the month of July where I was missing volumes. And the first is Owl Rider Volume 10. And this is actually the last volume I was missing to complete the series. I actually ordered the entire series last January, so I'm so happy it's finally in print and now I can read the series for the first time. It is a josei manga, which is a demographic usually towards girls, but I also heard it's a pretty good love triangle story, has some really good high school drama, so I'm looking forward to checking this one out. And surprisingly, I only got one other series from Viz Media that was missing volumes, but I'm so excited to complete it, and that is Death Note. Now this is the black edition, this is volume 5, as well as I got volume 6. I love these editions. I love the black instead of the white that they chose just for the outline of the paper. It feels good in your hands. The pictures are very glossy. So this is a series, I watched the anime twice and I just felt kind of wrong having a manga collection without Death Note. So after seeing a good sale last April for the series, I ended up going ahead and picking up these volumes. I'm so happy these last two came in print. So now this is another series that is complete. Let's go ahead and check out what I got from Yen Press for this last month. And surprisingly, I only got one series, but I'm really happy to say this series is now complete. And that is Akame ga Kill Volume 5, which is sealed, which is kind of interesting. I wonder if there was something they didn't want people to see and that's why they sealed it. Maybe more mature audience. But they also gave me Volume 9, which is not sealed. Kind of interesting. But I'm so happy this series is now complete. I have all the volumes. I picked up this series where I ordered all the volumes last April. And I was surprised it did not take too long to be reprinted. Now this series is about a boy who's trying to get money for his village, ends up going to the city, ends up discovering that the government, shocker, might be corrupt, ends up joining a group of assassins to take down the government. So I'm looking forward to checking this out and hopefully reading it soon. Now moving on to KODANSHA, where I got one volume of an existing series I own. And if you see my manga haul of the biggest, most manga I've ever got, this is actually from 2 months ago when I got 250 volumes. This series is none other than Grand Blue Dreaming, and this is volume 16. The series is currently up to date. This series, I have all the volumes, and this is a diving manga that's supposed to be a very raunchy comedy style story, supposed to be a very hilarious gag manga. It's very high on the My Anime List rating, and at first I was a little iffy on it, but because so many people love this story, so many people find it hilarious, I'm always curious, why do people love this series so much? So I'm trying to go in with the mindset of trying to seek to understand why people find the series so hilarious. So that's all the manga I got for existing series. Now let's go ahead and check out manga for series I do not own. And this was all from the RightStufAnime Birthday sale. And surprisingly, the birthday sale had some phenomenal titles, but I actually own quite a bit of them. So these were the few that I did not own any of the manga that I wanted to check out because the sale was just so sweet. The first manga I picked up is from J Novel Club, and I actually don't believe I own any other manga from them. And this is a story I never heard of before until the sale, and that is Faraway Paladin. I got volume 1, and I also got volume 2 of the omnibus series. Now this series is an isekai, and I know what you might be thinking, do we really need more isekai? And to me, yes, I actually enjoy isekai stories, and part of the reason why is as I grew up as a kid, I love Japanese RPGs, and I love that feeling of the characters leveling up, how they're coming back to life, all powerful into this new life, and what would they do differently. So this story is about a boy who's actually raised by the undead, and then kind of like a boy being raised by wolves, but now instead it's undead skeletons. And then you get to follow his journey as he's trying to self-discovery. So I'm interested to checking it out. There are a volume 3 that just came out, and there's a volume 4 of the omnibus that's supposed to come out later this year. So I want to read these two quickly, decide whether or not I should go ahead and pursue those other volumes. Luckily, that's only 8 total if you count the 2 and 1 for the omnibus. So that is Far Away Paladin. If you found value from this manga haul so far, would you smash that like button, letting me know that you've enjoyed this video? And I'd be curious in the comments below, would you mind sharing what are you currently reading for the month of July? Next, let's check out what I got from KODANSHA/Vertical, as they're owned by the same company. And I was actually surprised that all the volumes were available from the Right Stuff sale, and that is Sweat and Soap. Now there's 11 volumes total for the series, and this is a romantic comedy. And one thing that intrigued me is that it's actually a romantic comedy that has to deal with adults. Now most of the manga I've seen when it comes to romantic comedies has to deal with usually teenagers or young from college, so I was interested in that. It has a very good reviews on My Anime List, and this is a story about a girl who has a bit of an odor to her, and so she works at this perfume factory to help her hide that odor and to not smell bad. And of course there's this guy who ends up loving the smell that she has, and he works at the place as well as developer of perfume, and somehow he just wants that scent from her. So I'm interested to see what happens. Unfortunately, one thing that does bug me about these volumes, as you can see here, is why do you kind of maybe spoil what happens at the end? I mean, volume 1 they're together, volume 11 it looks like they got married. I'm sure it's a spoiler. So this is just something that's a little bit of a pet peeve, is for someone who's new to a series, or let's say even if you're getting the last volume and you're like, I wonder if they're going to get married. Well, it kind of tells you right here what's going to happen. I mean, I couldn't imagine if the back was a divorce, but it's not. So looking forward to seeing how they ended up together. I wish they didn't show the marriage at the end, but we'll see what happens when I read the series. Now this next series I got, I'm gonna butcher it, the name. I've said it multiple times. I've tried to help my family pronounce it, as well as I've used Google with the spelling to say, how do I say this? So I apologize right now, but I think it's Bakamagangatari, or Bakamagangatari. I know it's not bake. Bakamagangatari. If you can say it yourself, more power to you. Someday I'll get it. But I was able to get all the volumes that were on sale, which were volumes 1 through 10, as well as volume 13. Now this series is actually famous for its light novel, which is supposed to have some very good witty dialogue. Now I'm just not much of a light novel person, so I was excited to see that there was an anime adaptation and a manga adaptation for the series. I watched the first episode of the anime, thought it was okay, but seeing that the series was on sale, I wanted to check it out. It's about a boy who was a vampire. I'm not sure if he's still kind of a vampire, but he's been healed, and then he goes and he helps out other girls in their troubles. And it's kind of this idea of people, all of us having monsters inside of us, and he kind of goes and helps them. I might be regretting this series. As I was flipping through some of the pages, it has just a little too much innuendo for my taste, but we'll see what happens when I check it out. But that was Bakamagangatari, huh? I think I said it right that time. It was volumes 1 through 10 and 13. Okay, now we're gonna check out some out-of-print series, as there is only one, now maybe 2 out-of-print series I'm hunting for right now. And if you've seen my last video, you know that one series I was excited to start collecting is a certain scientific railgun, and I was able to find volume 4, volume 5, and I was able to find volume 13. Now there are just 2 volumes I'm struggling to find, and that is volume 6 and volume 7. I'm checking eBay every day, Mercari, my Amazon wish list. And if you haven't yet, click that eye on the right hand corner if you haven't seen my video on how to find out-of-print series. and I'll show you how I've been able to collect this series so far, but it has been a struggle to find volumes 6 and 7. So if you know anyone's lying around 6 and 7, it's not something they're interested in, let me know. Is it something I'd love to potentially, take off your hands? Now, next out of print series, I'm wondering, do I want to collect this? One of the volumes all of a sudden just popped up on Amazon. Actually, 2 of the volumes did. I tried to purchase both, and one got canceled. I got an email saying it already got sold, but I was able to get the other one, and that is A Certain Magical Index, and this is volume 5, the lone volume I have. Now, surprisingly, all the other volumes are in print and easily available, except for volumes 2, 3, and 9. So I'm not sure. I'm a little hesitant on trying to collect this series. It's a little frustrating if you have literally the rest of the 19 volumes, but you can't get these earlier ones. Now, I have been thoroughly impressed with Yen Press as they are starting to reprint older titles. So seeing that a new volume of the series is coming out soon, later this year, I wouldn't be surprised if they chose to reprint those older volumes. And if they do, this is a series I do want to pick up and start collecting. So that's all the out of print I got for this last month. And if you're wondering, yes, I was able to pick up a box set. And this box set is the last of the big 3 I don't own. If you don't know about the big 3, it consists of Naruto, One Piece, and lo and behold, Bleach. Now, Bleach is a series that I've never read before the manga, but I did get into the anime about, I think, 12 years ago, which I'm probably aging myself, 12 years ago. I got all the way through the Aizen arc. I tried to skip the filler, it wasn't that good, but I did enjoy the story through the Aizen arc. And after hearing the announcement the anime was going to be publishing the last arc out, I figured, you know what? What if I read the series instead first and then maybe check out the anime? So I heard the box set 2 and 3 is supposed to come out in the next couple of months reprinted. So I'm interested in checking out those as well. So this is a series you might be wondering, Scott, won't you open it? Well, I actually did another video going through all of Bleach. So if you check out that video, you'll definitely get to see everything of all this beauty. There might be a little Easter egg inside, so I did open it already for that other video, which I highly recommend checking out. So that's all I got for this month of July. In the comments below, would you mind sharing what manga you ended up picking up this last month? And if you'd like to see more content like this, and you've not done so already, would you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel? That helps others know about this community that we are building together. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.